In a digital age filled with surprises, even corporate giants like Toyota, The Guardian newspaper, and Reddit haven't been spared from the grip of ransomware attacks. These unexpected strikes push these industry leaders to the brink, shedding light on the pressing need to confront this escalating menace. It's not just a tiny issue. As a matter of fact, the global ransomware surge from July 2022 to June 2023 has been nothing short of alarming, underscoring the persistent nature of the threat. All these are coming up, so stick to the end for the full story. But first, let's start from the roots. What exactly are ransomware attacks, and how do they work? Basically, ransomware encrypts a victim's files, rendering them inaccessible, and then requests a ransom payment to unlock the contents. A few $100s to thousands of dollars may be spent, paid to the hackers in Bitcoin. In most cases, these attackers will use a Trojan, a type of virus that often takes the form of a legitimate file that the user is duped into downloading or opening when it arrives as an email attachment to an email. Once the virus has taken control of the victim's computer, it may do a number of things, but by far, the most frequent one is to encrypt some or all of the user's files. The fact that the data cannot be decrypted without a mathematical key that can only be obtained by the attacker is the most crucial fact to understand, though. Afterwards, a notification informing the user that his or her files are now unavailable and can only be unlocked by sending the attacker an anonymous Bitcoin payment is displayed to the user. These attacks have increased in frequency in recent years. One of the most well-known examples of an assault is WannaCry, which in 2017 impacted over 200,000 computers in 150 countries. Another one is NotPetya, which in 2017 caused significant disruption in Ukraine and other nations. An oil pipeline system called Colonial Pipeline was also the target of a ransomware assault in 2021. The company's pipeline operations were halted due to the attack, which resulted in a shortage of fuel and an increase in price in numerous states. But these are just some of the big events, as you will later see after you like this video. Ransomware attacks can be disastrous for both individuals and businesses, but how big can these businesses be? In March of 2022, Toyota Motor faced an unexpected hurdle when a cyber attack on one of its suppliers, Kojima Industries, brought its production to a halt for a day. This incident raised concerns about vulnerabilities in Japan's supply chain, highlighting the potential risks that such attacks pose to major corporations like Toyota. Interestingly, Denso, another supplier for Toyota, also faced a ransomware attack around the same time. Fortunately, though, Denso swiftly responded to the breach, preventing any disruption to its operations. Shifting gears to a different sector, The Guardian newspaper encountered its own cyber war in December 2022. A ransomware attack hit the media outlet, affecting its technology infrastructure and prompted its staff to work remotely. While the personal data of UK staff members was compromised, the UK assured its readers and subscribers that their data remained secure. The attack was described as a sophisticated intrusion involving unauthorized third-party access. This type of attack often stems from phishing attempts, where victims unwittingly download malware after falling for deceptive emails. The UK's data watchdog, the Information Commissioner's Office, and local law enforcement were informed about the incident. Luckily, the breach didn't result in data exposure online, reducing the risk of fraud. Switching to the world of IT services, Kaseya, a provider of IT solutions, found itself in a precarious situation in July 2021. The company's systems were infiltrated, affecting about 1,500 organizations across various countries. The cybercriminal group Revile claimed responsibility for the attack and demanded substantial ransoms. Although Kaseya chose not to pay, it collaborated with law enforcement agencies to mitigate the situation. Eventually, a universal decryptor key was obtained, allowing impacted organizations to regain control. In the food industry, JBS USA, a major meat supplier, faced its own ransomware dilemma in May 2021. The attack disrupted US, Australia, and UK operations, leading JBS to pay an $11 million ransom in Bitcoin to prevent further chaos. The FBI identified the group responsible for Reveal, the same attackers on Kaseya, and a well-known player in ransomware attacks. The Colonial Pipeline hack in May 2021 spotlighted the immense consequence of cyber intrusions. DarkSide, a hacking group, managed to compromise the largest refined products pipeline in the US, causing significant disruption. With fuel supply hampered, gas prices skyrocketed, creating a ripple effect in the economy. In a surprising twist, Colonial Pipeline paid the hackers $4.4 million in cryptocurrency, restore operations. But it doesn't end there. Actually, 2023 noticed a higher rise than in the previous years. But let's save the statistics for later and look into the Reddit attack. The ransomware group Black Cat, also known as AlphaV, and Noburus, claimed responsibility for the February phishing attack on Reddit, as reported by Bleeping Computer. In a post shared by researcher Dominic Alvery, Black Cat claimed to have stolen 80 gigabytes of data from Reddit and threatened to release it publicly if their demands were not met. Various discussions have also been raised on a new version of the Black Cat ransomware that embeds tools like Empacket and Remcon to facilitate lateral movement and remote code execution. According to Microsoft, the Empacket tool has credential dumping and remote service execution modules that could be used for broad deployment of the Black Cat ransomware in target environments. This new version of Black Cat also has the Remcon hat tool embedded for remote code execution. It is possible that this new version of Black Cat ransomware was used in the attack on Reddit, but there is no direct evidence linking the two events. However, it is clear that the Black Cat group is constantly evolving and refining its tools and tactics to carry out successful attacks. And the duty is yours to stay vigilant and take necessary precautions to protect against such threats. These incidents across various sectors underscores the increasing threats posed by cyber attacks and the importance of preparedness in the face of digital vulnerabilities. As technology continues to advance, the battle between hackers and cybersecurity measures remains an ongoing challenge for businesses and organizations worldwide. But what is the nature of these attacks? At what rate are they growing? In 2023, ransomware assaults are not expected to decrease. In just 4 nations, the US, Germany, France, and the UK, there were 1,900 ransomware assaults in total in 1 year, according to recent research from the Malwarebytes threat intelligence team. The US bore 43% of all attacks worldwide, and ransomware attacks in France virtually doubled in the previous 5 months. With around 200 ransomware assaults, the UK became the second largest ransomware target. The growing threat of ransomware is also not spared either France or Germany. Germany remained the most targeted nation outside the Anglosphere and the 4th most attacked nation overall. 73% of companies experienced a ransomware assault in 2022, and the cost of ransomware globally is predicted to reach $30 billion in 2023. Ransomware attacks typically cost $1.85 million in total. By the year 2031, statistics predict that a ransomware assault will take place every 2 seconds. Nearly 236 million ransomware attacks occurred worldwide in the first half of 2023. In order to understand their thoughts on ransomware, how it has affected their enterprises, and what methods they have in place to prevent a possible attack, Fortinet recently polled 569 cybersecurity leaders and decision makers from organizations of various sizes and industry worldwide. And more than 80% of respondents in this year's poll state that they are very or extremely concerned about the possibility of ransomware. But the same percentage, 78% of firms surveyed, state they are very or extremely prepared to combat a breach. Despite these worries and feelings of readiness, ransomware still affected half of the surveyed firms last year. Even though 72% of the firms that experienced a ransomware incident said they discovered the breach within hours and sometimes within minutes, 71% report they paid at least some of the desired ransom. In terms of the systems targeted, Windows-based systems bore the brunt, according to a staggering 95% of ransomware malware attacks, as reported by Google's Virus Total service. So with time, this might be a bigger issue, considering that you now don't even have to click on these files, links, or emails. Just be safe. Subscribe to our channel and watch your step on the internet. And until next time, stay curious and stay safe.